first started college, I was petrified. When I went to school, I went somewhere that I didn't know anybody. It was far away from home. No one I knew ever thought of this college, and honestly, I didn't even really know who I was. I remember moving in and saying bye to my parents, and when they were gone, I never felt so alone in my life. The first couple of weeks were terrorizing. I left my room only to go to class, and I'd immediately go back to my dorm, and I was afraid to go to the cafeteria or the union. I lived off of the bottle of waters my mom sent and the big old box of Cheez-Its. That's all I had for 2 weeks because I was afraid to go out. But after a couple of weeks, I made a friend in my classes, and we started to hang out outside of class, and we would go eat, and slowly I would start to make more friends, and before I knew it, I loved where I was. I look back at my college career, and I wouldn't change a thing about it because I loved where I was, and I loved the family that I created there and the people that I got to grow with. I look back at my college experience, and I see how Adam felt. After God created him and all the creatures of the earth, Adam didn't really have a suitable companion. He was alone, and he needed someone else. This shows that we are not meant to be alone. We were created to be in a relationship with God, but also other people. This also shows us who created the other people, God. And those other people were good. So if we know that God created us and the other people, why do we tear each other down so much? We see people divided in hatred, left out because they're different, or because someone just wants to hurt them, they hurt them. We're not good to each other at a lot of points in our lives. But I think that's because we sometimes don't see God as their creator. We look through nature, we look at the rivers and the sun and the stars and the moon and the clouds, and we see God through all these big things, but we don't look at the person in front of us and think, that's God's creation. Look at yourself. Look at your friend. Look at the person you're sitting by, you're standing by. Think about who your enemy is. You just looked or thought about God's creation. We are called to love and respect each other, to support each other, and to be in a relationship together. So I ask you, how are you treating the creation of God around you? Do you see the other people as creations of God? Because God created them, and we don't really care at times who they are or how they feel. But what's crazy is that God created other people so we wouldn't be alone. That person who you just passed that you don't know, God created them so you wouldn't be alone in this world. So I urge you, look at the people around you. See how you interact with them, and hopefully we can understand how precious they are to God. And God created them so we wouldn't be alone in this world. Because we all know what God created was good. So love the people that He created for you.